Today is Wednesday the 24th of June 2009. My name is Philip Snow and I'm continuing to make videos about my understanding of what people are talking about when they say that 2012 will bring very great changes of some kind. And today I'd like to look at my understanding of the bigger picture, what it's really all about. And I've gained this understanding from a vast variety of sources, commentators of all sorts, and pieced it all together, seen the common threads, looked at what seems logical and right. And what I'm going to do now is to give you, to the very best of my ability, at least my understanding of what 2012 and this quantum leap is really all about. And where I'm going to start is by saying that my understanding now is that we humans are essentially not physical beings but spiritual beings. At the present time we occupy human bodies which have reached a certain level of development which is consistent with our current level of consciousness. And it's our consciousness which is going through a process of development which is virtually eternal, and at the moment is poised to go through a quantum leap into a higher state. And where this all starts from is that we are souls, consciousnesses, which originate from the very heart of all creation. My understanding is that at the heart of all creation are the Alpha and Omega, Father and Mother. Their only begotten was the Christ energy, and from the Christ energy everything else in creation emerged or was born as it were sparks of divine light, sparks of consciousness, parts of the wholeness of consciousness. And this was part of the process of developing the whole creation in all its elements, which may consist of umpteen universes, dimensions, parallel universes, whatever. All of which has the purpose of enabling Alpha and Omega to explore their own potential, to expand themselves, and the real purpose behind all this is not really known by anyone at any level, except that it's deduced to be something of this order. And in creating the universes, a plan was devised which involved the creation of many different universes, many different dimensions. So where in the Bible Jesus says, "In my house are many mansions, in my Father's house there are many mansions," could be a reference to the number of different dimensions there are. And it seems that the universes are structured on different frequency levels, which are known as dimensions. And Alpha and Omega sit around the 18th, 17th, 16th dimension. Christ would sit at something like the 14th dimension. 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th are all entirely spiritual dimensions. The 8th seems to be a kind of crossover point where the physical dimensions begin to develop. Then the 7th, very refined, rarefied, subtle physical dimension. 6th, less so. 5th is where the Garden of Eden would have been. The 4th is where we consider heaven, the heaven, or our heaven to be. And all sorts of subtle beings at that level. The 3rd is where humanity has been for very, 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 very long time. The 2nd would be mainly animals and plants, the whole of nature, including the 1st, which would be the very dense levels of rocks, minerals, and so on. Something of that order. And apparently humanity should never have come less than the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension was the Garden of Eden, and that's apparently where humanity ought to be. And it was never believed that beings of our order would descend less, to lesser levels than the 5th. But you'll know that in the Old Testament we have the stories of Adam and Eve and the temptation to embrace the knowledge of good and evil, and at that point humanity fell when Adam and Eve, between them, took the decision to understand the distinction between good and evil. And in falling, humanity fell to the 3rd dimension, and ever since that happened we've been struggling to get back to the garden. And it seems that this is something that we really need to do if we're going to continue our own process of development, the essence of which is to return eventually back to the Creator, back to Christ, back to the Godhead.